Hey guys, welcome back again to Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy, where the proof is in the singing. I've always wanted to do a vocal reaction to none other than Black Sabbath, and the song is called War Pigs, and you know the players is Ozzy Osbourne, Tony Iommi, etc. And in fact, I get to work with a few of the players in the band, and very talented guys. So I'm gonna just go ahead and fire it up, and we'll talk about it as we go. Here we go.
War Pigs, it's a number of new LP. Hope you like it, thank you.
Wait a minute. What did he say? War Pigs. Now that I got that out of the way. Next one. I do like the lyrics of this song though. Tony's a little out of tune there. He'll pick it up. He'll tune it on the way. Big, long 70s intros. Let's get all that news. Okay, so before we get into the next part of the song, my understanding is that Tony Iommi used to bully Ozzy Osbourne early on, and somehow they got to know each other musically, and then Ozzy became part of his band. But that's the story on the street as far as I know. So let's continue. Look how young Ozzy is there, man.
Candles gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. The fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning.
Okay, now, one more thing. Ozzy's always had a good hook, man. The guy has always written a really cool melody. I mean, pretty much most of the stuff that he's done, especially in his solo career and Sabbath and other stuff like that. Of course, we know, Dio came along and helped out too on Sabbath on a few songs. In fact, I did Neon Nights, if you guys are interested. I did a Sabbath tune. I'll put it in the description tag. And it was the Dio version of that. And it was a pretty tough tune to sing, actually. But look how young he is, and the band, how, the 70s is, it's pretty funny. So, and a lot of the bands were like that back then, so.
Minds of plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction.
Yet again, another British band. Remember we talked about all the British bands?
Go, the War Pigs people know.
I like that huge cross on Tony Iommi. Do you mean it, Tony? Okay, so one other thing I've noticed already, I got a chance to tour on a Monsters of Rock tour way back, 83 I think it was, and it was on the bill was Ozzy Osbourne, the Scorpions, Macaulay Schenker Group, Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, and Doro Pesch, and us. And it was interesting because his stage moves are very different in this video than when you see him just kind of pacing like this, like, he walks around with a microphone like this. He's just like throwing down and rocking out. It's very different Ozzy in this compared to the Ozzy that we've come to know and love. All right, here we go. Good vocal, man. Very catchy melody. Ozzy's rocking, man. See how catchy that is? And I love the groove. Boom, ba-dana, ba-dana, chicka, boom, ba-dana, ba-dana, boom, ba-dana, ba-dana, dana, boom, ba-dana, shibba-da-ba, boom. You know, right? That's fun. Well, we know what kind of drug the drummer was on at that time. Here we go. Good drumming, though. I was just being funny. Okay, now I have to, again, I was a guitar player. It's my first instrument, right? Back then, there weren't a ton of guys out there doing it. I mean, you had, this style. I mean, of course, you had Jimmy Page. I wouldn't put Eric Clapton in the same category, though he was certainly, that. You had, Deep Purple. You'd have several bands like that where it was kind of this kind of style, but this sound was just kind of breaking out of the UK at that time. And so they actually really were pioneers and sort of set the stage for that, because Ritchie Blackmore came out and, guys like Yngwie Malmsteen kind of modeled their whole career after his sound. So it's pretty interesting. You're watching, making in history everything from like using a lot of thirds and a lot of nines, but a lot of thirds in a sound. And also, free drumming like that, just being really free. Of course, Led Zeppelin was huge with that. And then, again, Jan Ackerman was different. The band song Hocus Pocus by Focus. He did some harmonic minor stuff. And then later, you had like the Scorpions, you had UFO, and different groups. But this is pretty unique. So like what you're watching isn't just a kind of garage bandy sound from the 70s. This is actually, stamping or forging history in kind of music, and it set the stage for even punk, and then what happened in the 70s, late 70s, as far as other, the Aerosmiths and whatnot that came along and picked up the baton of that. So let's continue. Of course, there's Jimi Hendrix,
The scene of beast appears, it is falling at his knees. He sends out hero fire.
His pitch is pretty good, man. It's not terrible, that's for sure.
Praise for all bad sinners. What's meeting dead rats in saying wherever you go, through black masses people go. Oh Lord, yeah.
Drummer speeding up. Catchy guitar parts, man. Well thought out. It's pretty cool. You just got to take a look at Ozzy's face right there. He's so young, So we all get older, and it's kind of fun to look back and just see all these guys have maturated, and the guys just spend a lot of decades also of music, so it's been interesting to go from that to the Ozzy he is today and everything in between. So, and Tony Iommi too. I mean, he's been around a long time, but Ozzy sort of took the baton and ran with it. So, all right, we're almost done here. big guitar solo and then the end and stuff. We're already about 5-6 minutes into the song. So anyway, I just wanted always want to do that. And this is live, man. This is not a record or whatever. So it's been fun to see some of these pioneers that actually paved the way for guys like you and me and a lot of other bands. And we sort of grew up on this stuff. So thank you for joining me, Ken Tamplin Vocal Academy. If you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, peace out. Hey guys, if you like what you heard, please like and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the subscribe button. That will actually take you to another page where you want to click on the bell icon, and it opens up a menu, and the menu has notifications on it where there's a little box you can check where it says send me all notifications for this channel. Check the box and then click the save button and you'll get notifications from me every time I have a cool video come out. Okay? Thanks guys. Peace out.